Yes, FOODTUBE, John Quilter, aka the Food Busker, back in the house, and I've got a simple, tasty prawn dish that's gonna blow your mind. Fried with chili and garlic, it's so delicious. But there's a great little twist to this recipe because we've teamed up with There's a Beer for that. Now these guys are brilliant because they show you how to match great beer with great food. I love this dish because it's so big on flavour, but you've got to get all the prep done because it happens really quickly in the pan. Now, these are king prawns, you can use tiger prawns, you could use the smaller ones if you wanted to. I'm using these guys because they're packed full of flavour, there's so much meat there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it open and take out the vein that sometimes is there. And then you might just want to cut through just a little bit more so that you open it up fully. I'm leaving the shell on because it's going to add so much flavour. You can take it off if you want to, but try it with it on. Okay, so that's done. And now let's go and wash my hands because you've been handling raw fish. Right, okay, now let's get the rest of the ingredients done. So, garlic, I want to take the heel off and then I want to thinly slice it. 4 cloves done. Looks like a lot of garlic, right? Don't worry about that. It's going into the oil. The oil's going to calm all that garlicky flavour down and bring it down to a natural hum rather than an aggressive garlic feel. Right, let's grab a couple of chilies. You can take the seeds out if you're worried about it being too hot, but this is going to go into the oil. It's going to calm it down, so I'm going to leave them in. And we're just going to cut them on the slant. Okay, that's your chili and your garlic done. Look at the colour and the flavour getting ready. Now, let's get our parsley done. So just grab some beautiful, fresh, flat leaf parsley and just pick the leaves off. Scoop up your parsley, get it into a ball, and then we're going to tightly chop this. Okay, final ingredient. Let's just get a lemon. We're going to squeeze that in. That acidity is going to cut through the moorishness of the garlic and the chili and the oil. It's going to be delicious. The next thing we've got to do is get our pan on. All the prep's done. Let's talk about the beers that are going to go with this. Now, I've chosen lagers. Guys, seriously, you've got to have another look at lagers. There's so many different types with different characteristics and flavours. They're refreshing and balanced with a subtle sweetness and a refreshing bitterness. They really kind of reset your palate when you're eating, so it invites you to go again with the food. Right, guys, everything's ready. Time to cook. First thing we do, get some oil in the pan. 3 or 4 tablespoons of good olive oil. Make sure your pan is nice and hot. Now I'm going to take a knob of butter, a good sizable one, and drop that in. And that's going to start fizzing straight away. Now normally butter would burn, but the oil alters the temperature and so it's not going to burn, and that butter's going to add a really luxurious flavour to the prawns. Now let's get the garlic and the chili in. Let's get our prawns in. Scoop those up and just drop it in. There's enough prawns here to feed about 4 people as a starter or 2 people as a main. Leave them in there and we're going to let them colour on one side. Okay, and then they really don't take very long. You begin to see they're turning pink and they're caramelising. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. These are ready. So I've got some rocket in a bowl there. I'm just going to get my parsley and just drop that in. Listen to the crackle. That's releasing all the flavour from the parsley, and then just get a nice big lemon wedge, just squeeze it in. Done. Cooked in the space of 2 minutes, and then just look how good this stuff looks at the top. You just drop that on. There's some fresh crusty bread if you want to go with it, but look at that guy. Absolutely mega. I've got 3 great lagers that are perfect with these prawns. This one's really refreshing and clean and got a subtle sweetness to it. This one's richer and it's got a peppery bitterness to it. And this one, which I'm going to go for today, has got tropical fruits and citrus, really refreshing. Really refreshing, really getting that tropical fruit. And what you do is you start off with that and it's kind of like layering different flavour. Now let's try some prawn. Oh my God. Let's have a bit more lager with that now. That tropical fruit really, really complements all the flavours that's going on with the shrimp. What's great about it is that it refreshes my palate, encouraging me to crack on with another prawn. Oh, brothers and sisters, so good. They work so well together. But what would you have matched these prawns with? Let me know in the comment box below. There's no rules when it comes to beer and food. And if you want to learn more about that, then click on the link above. And people, subscribe to DrinksTube.